Gonna try something a little different for the intro. You can either just focus on me doing it, put in some kind of a montage, or if you want to, like put under some inspiring music. But I'm gonna start off by reading a selection of Shakespeare that's very apropos for entering our playoff elimination time. It's from William Shakespeare's Henry IV, Part 2, written in 1857. Same year I got laid. And in the visitation of the winds, who take the ruffian billows by the top, curling their monstrous heads, and hanging them with deafening clamor in the slippery clouds, that with the hurly death itself awakes, canst thou, O partial sleep, give thy repose to the wet sea boy in an hour so rude, and in the calmest and most stillest night, with all appliances and means to boot, deny it to a king? Then happy now lay down, uneasy lies the head that wears a crown. Uneasy lies the head that wears a crown. And now we'll start the show. Come on, Johnny, time to come up and do the show. Go away, Steinoff, I'm sleeping. Johnny, it's time that we come out and do the show. You know this. I don't wanna. Oh, yeah? What if I gave you $5? No. Is Johnny thirsty? You're gonna have to do better than that. Do you want to punch Eli Manning in the head? No. Oh, Johnny. Mrs. Freshly Cupcakes. I'll do anything you ask, son. Anything. Put that back up in the frame. Mrs. Freshly's Cupcakes. Icers and zingers, too. They always pep me up when football makes me feel blue. These delicious snack cakes are my sole source of joy. Try some Mrs. Freshly's and be a happy boy. That did the trick. Good job, son. And welcome to week number 11 in the Bored People's Fantasy Football League. Oh, it's getting rich, kids. It's getting rich. First off, let's start off the show right. To the Gowanda Thunder and the Irving A-Holes, thank you for not letting me go 0-5 last week and for helping me with some amazing comeback specials. I will be around this Friday to kiss both your asses. Now, as far as the divisions go, okay, here's the fun part. No one has been eliminated from playoff contention. We're going to go over that shortly. But for right now, just know that every team out there is fighting for a shot, and only 4 teams have guaranteed invites to the playoffs. That being the Slaughterhouse, the Terror, the Thunder, and the A-Holes. There are 6 teams fighting. Who's going to win? Let me tell you. Because here come this week's picks. Hurt my goddamn throat doing that. Starting off this week, we've got the Slaughterhouse going up against the Roughnecks. These teams are mirror opposites. 7-3 taking on 3-7. Number 2 in the Global taking on number 5 in the Central. Now, here's the good news for the Roughnecks. The good news is you can't be eliminated regardless of your outcome. Because of the upcoming matches between the Terror and Thunder and the Snake the Puss and the Vandals, it breaks deadlocks. And it breaks them in such a way that with 2 weeks remaining, you're still not mathematically eliminated. That's your good news. The bad news is you're taking on the number 2 Slaughterhouse on a rebound from a terrible week debut from Tyrod Taylor, who was promptly cut. So, good news, bad news, Roughnecks. Good news, you'll live to fight another day. Bad news, Slaughterhouse by 9. Up next, we have what could be the single craziest, rough and toughest, rootin' tootin'est matchup ever. Terror versus Thunder, with the Central Division title hanging in the balance. The crown is currently worn by the Gowanda Thunder, but the Taylor Hollow Terror want it back. Who's going to win this one? I've had to reach out to a good friend of mine. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Macho Man Randy Savage. Take it away, son. Ooh, Johnny Vegas here. Here I am talking about the Terror and the Thunder, fighting for the Central Intercontinental title that I fought for so long, so many times. Well, let me tell you something, Jack. This one's going all the way, because you gotta think like a crazy macho man. And when I think about being afraid, what makes me more afraid than anything else? I'll tell you what makes me more afraid than anything else. It's the thunder in the sky, yeah. Before you get the terror, you get the thunder. And that's why they're gonna keep on gripping. The thunder gonna grip you hot and drive you crazy, while the terror keeps on slipping and gripping. Yeah! I don't understand a goddamn word that man said. Thunder by 9. Up next, we have what could be the most intriguing match of the whole night. We've got ourselves the High-Dye Hangman taking on the Scobeyville Senators. I know, you're thinking, these are the number 4 and number 5 teams in Global. What's the big deal? Well, here's the thing. I want you to think of this as a lifeboat. Only 4 seats, 5 passengers. Now, this match is going to really make or break these teams, because one of them is going to get in the last seat, but not both of them. And I'm going to go out on a really bold prediction here. I'm going to say whoever loses this matchup is not going to the playoffs. There, I said it. It's on public record. And with that said, I think this game is going to be so close that I'm going to give this the smallest margin this week to the team I think could edge it out. Hangman by 4. Up next, we got ourselves another intriguing matchup when the number 4 Central Division team Snakitopus take on the number 3 Central Division Collins Vandals. I know you're thinking to yourself, what the hell, man? A 3 and a 4 team? How can this possibly be exciting? Pay attention, Jack. Here's the deal. Both of these teams are 5 and 5. Got it? Okay, remember those numbers. 5, 5. The other matchup between the Central Division teams, Terror Thunder, they're both 7, 7. You have 2 weeks left in the game. Now, if you take 5 and add it to a potential 2, you have 7. You take a 7 and have a potential 2 taken away, you have a 5. You see where I'm going with this? These two teams might be fighting in what you consider a lousy mid-card matchup. But let's be honest here. This could be the start of a revolution. And for all I know, one of those two teams could wind up sneaking away in the dead of the night with a Central Division crown. And when it comes to being a champion and sneaking away with the crown with nobody seeing you, there's only one thing left for me to say. Vandals by 8. And finally, we have our last matchup of the evening. The Eden Extractors taking on the Irving A-Holes. The Irving A-Holes are the darling of the BPFFL, with the record-setting 8-2 record. Number 1, 4-game winning streak. Love this team to pieces. Now, they have a very hard matchup with the Extractors. The Extractors staged an amazing comeback last week, and have even gone even further into the signing of Kirk Cousins and adding him to their roster. How can I put this? The Eden Extractors are the Taylor Swift of the BPFFL. No, it's serious. I'm a big fan of Taylor Swift. And there's that one line from that new song, Look What You Made Me Do. But I got smarter. I got harder in the nick of time. I rise up from the dead. It's something I do all the time. That's the Extractors in a nutshell. The Extractors are Taylor Swift. But that's great that you're Taylor Swift and all. It's not going to mean anything to the top team in the BPFFL. A-holes by 15 points. Well, that's what we got going on this week. I'm 27 for 20 for the season. Gonna be a long road. We have 3 weeks ahead, leading to the greatest playoffs of all time. Glory, power, fame, struggle. This is better than an episode of Behind the Music. Tonight on VH1's Behind the Music, the Johnny Vegas Trio. Yeah, when we started off playing in Canada, it was all fun and games. Then management got involved. And then came the rampant drinking. Tonight on VH1, Johnny Vegas, Behind the Music. Well, that's it for this week. Goodbye! Whee! I need a cupcake, Steinhoff! Wait, my head was in that. Well, that's all I got for this week. Good night. Whee! Give me a cupcake, Steinhoff.